Hey Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Hungary. Swinging in down over here to get this crabs online. Just finished the pyramids in Esztergom, so it's time to get to work on the harbour again for the trade route, the gold, all that juicy stuff that they bring in. Over here in Eger, we're going to get to work on a harbour as well. I think it would be a good idea to get this fish online for Eger. I'm going to go ahead and start putting points into Mohenjo-Daro as well, because if I could get that full housing from water, that would actually help me grow my cities quite a bit. So again, I'm going to be trading internationally through Pest, because I believe that should net me an extra 3 gold per turn of this city. I'm not really sure how this Reina ability works. I feel like maybe it's foreign trade routes, it doesn't count as mine. Maybe I'm just understanding this incorrectly. Speaking of Reina, by the way, we're going to want to get all the way down to Contractor to move her around and use our really powerful gold income to kind of forcibly sort of accelerate our empire quite a bit. I'm going to harvest here to finish this monument a little bit quicker, and then I can immediately get the work of the harbour in here, and then I'll put a mine on this tile and then improve this fish, and then this city will be looking great. As I said, a nice mine here. Now this city has a total of 5 production per turn. I do need to get these fishing boats online, which will bring it up to 7 production per turn. It's not a hugely powerful city, but it will provide quite a bit of gold and other stuff to me as well. I'm going to restore this farm triangle over here. I'm going to cancel this. Could be an argument to be made. Could be an argument to be made for putting an aqueduct on this tile and then putting a industrial zone from Esztergom here just to get nice adjacency, but I'll kind of think about that in the long run. Nice fishing boat down here for Kolozsvár. Once the city grows, that'll be another nice tile to work, giving me even more gold. I do want to pick up Cartography as soon as possible to be able to get that +2 gold from fishing boats. That's actually going to be a huge increase in my gold income. Another fishing boat over here in Eger, which is giving this city even more production, food, and all that lovely and wonderful stuff. Pop a fishing boat down here in Industrialization. Not sure how to say that, but again, look at this. It's starting to come online very nicely, and there's a lot of fishing boats that we'll be able to pick up over the turns. And there we go. We completed the first civic from a new era. That is picking up exploration, which will allow us to plug in the new Merchant Republic government. Very nice. That's even more era score. I think I'm going to keep the colonization card. I'm going to keep the serfdom card in. Temporarily, I'm going to plug in natural philosophy for the extra little bit of campus adjacency. I'm also going to plug in Republican legacy for the extra little bit of stuff. And up here in military policies, I'll be plugging in conscription just for a short time until I find something else that I want to plug in. I might want to plug in press gangs if I want to build a navy, but I think for now conscription is just fine. Completely forgot to be selling off my horses. At this point I'm maxed out, so I'm happy just to get like any amount of gold for it. Looks like Sweden may also buy my horses for a good 5 gold per turn. So that's 10 gold per turn I got from just selling off some of this. Now that we have exploration, I'm going to go ahead and take a moment here to pick up civil service so that I can get alliances. It might be a good idea to get some alliances with people so that I can get extra diplomatic favor per turn. We got a settler in Buda. I'd like to build the entertainment district, but this city actually has totally fine amounts of amenities, so I'm going to just get to work on another settler. I want to keep settling so that we can keep on expanding and increasing the number of districts, population, science, culture, all that wonderful stuff that we are producing. There's Kumasi, which is an interesting little city-state. Kumasi is nice because they give your trade routes extra culture and gold for every specialty district. There is military tactics. It's unlikely we're going to find a spot to build a Huey, but we have finished the library in here. As much as I would like to build the university, I think it's a good idea to get to work on one of these, and I think in this particular game, the intelligence agency is the right move. Now I have plenty of gold in the bank, so that means I'm going to want to swing over to the capital and grab the workshop, which is another +3 production per turn. And then next I would want to start building some builders from Esztergom to send over to Pex and stuff like that, because some of these cities are now starting to get tiles that they want to improve. Also, I'm also going to want to pick up humanism into mercantilism as soon as possible so that I can put lumber mills on rainforest, because there's a couple of lumber mill rainforests over here that I'd like to place, and potentially another couple over here, for example. A lumber mill over here in the capital, giving it even more production, up to 32 production in the capital, which is really nice for settler production. Pop a quarry down in Eger. It's only a +1 production compared to the baseline, but that is going to be a little bit of extra production in here. That means it'll finish its buildings a little bit quicker. And there is civil service, meaning we can get alliances. Now, after we have civil service, I actually need to pick up naval tradition, because I'm about to start getting shipyards, which will give me huge bonuses from my harbor district adjacency. So if I can plug in naval infrastructure, buying these shipyards will be even more valuable. Pop another fishing boat down here in this city, and then next turn we'll go ahead and get this one online. Another fishing boat over here in Kolozsvár. The city is looking great. It's going to be able to get up to 4 population and have lots of tiles to work. Might send this guy off to a different city now that the city is basically fully built until it hits its 3rd ring of expansion. No, the 1,000-year flood came and I wasn't ready for it, and all my farms died. Feels bad, man. I guess I should build that dam next. I'm going to need to buy a builder in here to restore that. So I'll get it in Esztergom, which will be a 7 charge builder, which is pretty damn nice. The only way to get a higher one, I think, would be to play China. Okay, Granary and Monument completed in Kolosovar. Let's get to work on the harbour in here. Now, I would like this +4 one, but if I place it here, I'll get an extra adjacency on the campus that I intend to build in here eventually. So I'll place it there for now. Time to restore these farms. +6 food. Hopefully, won't hurt this city too bad to run out of those farms. Now, there is Naval Tradition. So I'm going to plug out Natural Philosophy because it doesn't really give me that much science, whereas Naval Infrastructure will give me a lot more gold compared to baseline. You can see we're up to 180 gold, 170 gold per turn. I thought that said 178, but it was 102.8. 172.8. Right, restore the farm triangle. I think I'm going to harvest this jungle tile. Now that we have naval tradition, let's make our way towards mercantilism. In terms of alliances, I think I'm going to get an alliance with Canada. Let's go ahead and send a delegation, declare a friendship, and get an alliance. And I think this one will be a research alliance with Canada. He'll probably give me a little bit of cash for that one, and I'll also be able to trade him some of the diplomatic favor. Now, I'm already trading with Teddy Roosevelt. It probably would have been a good idea to get a research alliance with him, but I'm going to go for the economic alliance with him because I want all of the money that I'm getting from him to be expanded. So now we're up to 185 gold per turn. Let's go ahead and grab Suzerainty of Mohenjo-Daro, which will open up era score, as well as allowing my cities that are on the coastline to grow even more. You can see now they can grow up to 8 population. It probably won't matter much because I'll probably lose suzerainty of them, but it'll matter nicely because it'll mean I might get an extra couple of population across my empire as a result, or even just a little bit of more efficient growth. Right, there is the shipyard. We have officially unlocked the shipyard. We just completed the harbour in Missolk. Missolk definitely needs some builder charges to improve it. It's kind of rough as it's standing. I definitely should have had a builder head out up there already, but let's go ahead and chop this to finish that harbour, get to work on the lighthouse. Let's unlock cartography again for the +2 gold from fishing boats because we're working a lot of fishing boats. It's going to be worth even more gold. I think I'm going to harvest this tile. That'll finish the intelligence agency a little bit faster. It'll mean I can put a mine here, which will give +1 adjacency to this industrial zone. This city also now has much better food income, so I'm going to harvest this rainforest, and that'll finish that university slightly faster, as well as grow this city slightly faster. And I'll put another mine here, and you know, we could eventually maybe put an industrial zone right here. I'm not entirely against that idea if I think about it. Actually, this looks like a great spot for an industrial zone because I could put 2 lumber mills here, and then this would actually be a +3 industrial zone, which is pretty damn nice. Knowledge of printing has advanced considerably. Excellent. We'll place a mine right there. University in Sazed has been completed. Let's get to work on the shipyard. This is a +8 production shipyard right here. It'll take 15 turns, but otherwise purchasing it would take quite a lot of turns. So I want to build these in cities that already have good production, and I want to purchase them in cities that don't have good production. So for example, Missolk over here, I would probably be better off purchasing this lighthouse and then purchasing the shipyard in here rather than hard building them. So I'm just going to tell you to instead work on like a trader. You know what? I'm just going to get you to pre-build a quadrireme for me because that'll eventually be useful. And in Sazed, we'll hard build the harbor or shipyard. Pop a mine down here for Estergom. And another mine down here for Pex. Pop up here and we'll settle this next turn. I decided to move the settlement one step to the left because I wanted to preserve these forests to put lumber mills on them because this city is going to struggle to have production otherwise. Ooh, we can make ironclads and we can do 2 of them. More importantly, we can get coal per turn and start selling that to the AI. On the other hand, we could also use these ironclads to go cause problems for Korea and Busan. You know what? A lot of her cities are coastal. Problem is these ironclads aren't that powerful. Like if I go ahead and look at how much damage they do, I can't even see how much damage they would do against these cities. Yeah, like if I look at Mohenjo-Daro, for example, like it's not really that much. I'm trying to find a city that has like equitable combat strength to Korea's cities. I'm not seeing one. But if I could get them over to Seoul and raise this city, you know what? I think that would actually be very, very powerful. So I think I'm going to even hold on to these promotions so that I can heal them when we're far away from home. And just see if I can maybe raise a city or 2 from Korea to hurt their science per turn. Let's place a lumber mill down here in Missolk. There we go. Very nice. Another tile that is productive. I'm also going to want to improve this fishing tile right there. You can kind of see it underneath the city. But if I can get that fishing tile online, the city will be much better as well. We'll also put a lumber mill here. I was going to put a farm here. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to skip out on putting the farm here. I think the lumber mill is actually just better than a farm. So this farm triangle is just going to be dead. There is guilds, industrial zone adjacency, commercial hub, all very nice things. I'm not going to go for Chichen Itza. What I am going to do this turn, however, is go through and just make sure I have open borders with everyone just to keep relations high, as well as getting me a lot of gold. It's also a good opportunity to look for people who might want to buy iron, for example, because I'm maxed out on iron. You will pay 5 gold per turn for that. Thank you very much. Sweden will almost certainly buy my iron as well. 5 gold per turn. Excellent. Like, you just got to be looking for opportunities to pick up gold where you can. Like, for example, America here would like to buy my horses for almost certainty. Open borders with Coupe, get me a little bit of cash. Open borders with Korea just to steal a bit of her cash as well. The good news is Alexander is at war with Korea, so that's hopefully causing her some distraction. Time to start promoting Reina. We're going to head down to Contractor. We'll take Harbour Master first, which will allow her to make a little bit of extra cash in here. Not a huge amount, but a little bit of extra. This shipyard is actually worth 9 adjacency, so this is going to be the very first one that I purchase. Get this ironclad moving. We're also going to create another ironclad. I've got 2 ironclads now that I can send out to Korea. Don't know if this is going to work out, but I'm going to make it... I'm going to see if I can make it work. That's basically where I'm at. Settle a city up here, and it's technically still my continent, so I didn't get the big boost from it, but we'll get the crabs online, and the crabs will be locked in because that's our growth and production tile for now, and I'm also going to want that fish. We'll get to work on the granary and monument. I'm going to hard build those. At this point in the game, I'd like to have the gold income to start purchasing those, but right now I want to be purchasing the shipyards. All right, thank you, Korea. I really appreciate your kind words. There is Cartography. That's going to boost our gold income quite a bit as well. You can see we're now up to 255 gold per turn, thanks to all that gold that we're getting from the +2 gold from fishing boat improvements. I'd like to unlock square rigging because the closer I get up to flight and stuff like that, the better. But it's not. I'm not ready for that because I think it would be a good idea to stop back and maybe pick up military engineering. It would also be a good idea to pick up regular engineering so that I can actually build that aqueduct to get, you know, some nice boosts and stuff like that. And yeah, so I want to stop by, pick up engineering so that I can build the aqueduct to get military engineering and see what else I can pick up in the meantime. I have some spare amber, so I'm going to sell that off to the AI, and I'll take whatever price is just kind of okay. I'm not worried about getting a really good price. I just want to get it sold. Norway will take another copy of it as well for 11 gold. That's a good deal. We're up to a lot of gold per turn now. Special session of the Congress. I will vote up Teddy getting a disaster because that'll mean people will funnel resources towards him, which means those are resources they don't have. And Teddy isn't a threat to me right now. Korea is the big threat with 200 science per turn. It is a problem. That's why I'm hoping that these ironclads that I'm sending over to Korea will do a little bit of damage to her. Hopefully I can kill Seoul. I don't know if I'll be able to kill Jinju, but if I can kill Seoul, that's a really good deal. Just got a second copy of silver online. Now Norway was paying top dollar. He already has silver. Damn. 9 gold per turn from America. That seems like a pretty reasonable price for my silver. I'm going to target myself with this resolution. I'm going to put 4 votes into a total because I really want to get less grievances generated when I declare the war on Korea, because it's almost certainly going to be a surprise war. And then for this, I'll just vote whatever, like Protestantism, like just something random. Like, there's going to be memes in the comments now about Potato always wanting to condemn Protestantism. Oh my god, that is so bad that Korea was the target of this. That makes me so unhappy. If I had a little bit more diplomatic favor, I would have been able to swing this in my favor. Because this is who I plan to surprise war. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. The good news is these ironclads are really, really fast, so Korea's not going to have any time. I'd like to pick up industrialization. That is going to require me to pick up square rigging, but I would like to delay picking up square rigging until I have this quadrireme built. Now I'm going to come over here to Pest, and I'm going to purchase this library. You can see here, the city is making 7 production per turn. I buy this, it goes up to 12 production per turn. Look at that, it's making 20 production, 12 bonus production. That's insane. Then we're going to get to work on a library. I should have built this entertainment complex up here 1 tile, because then it would have hit every city in my empire as well as the industrial zone. As it stands, it's not going to hit Sazed, which is kind of crappy. I do have 2 envoys to spend, however, and I think it would be good to start making good friends with these like city-states to start getting the extra science from my libraries and stuff like that, so I'm going to start focusing on those. Let's go ahead and start trading with Chicago. 16 gold per turn, very, very nice. I was going to pop a mine down here in this city. Not sure if you're actually even going to work that, but when you grow, you will. Oh, I completely forgot to improve this fishing boat here. Oh no. Korea also killed Babylon. Now, the thing I'm worried about here is Korea has an army in the area, so I think it will be a good idea to start maybe producing a couple of caravels. Intelligence agency is finished here in Pex. Let's go ahead and send this over to Korea. We want to start tech stealing from them, and Jinju is as good a city as any, right? Chunchin is less likely to have a spy defending it, so I'll go to Chunchin. There's a really nice shipyard in here, but it would take 14 turns to build. I will get to work on it because that's a lot of production. Granary, monument. The city's going to want defending units. I'm not sure what kind of form those defending units are going to take. I will improve that pasture for now, though. And I'm tempted to purchase myself an archer in here to keep this city a little bit better defended, which means I'm going to want to get my hands on machinery to get that into being a crossbowman. I think I'm going to send these galleys back to my territory to become caravels to defend against Korea as well. It'll take a bit of time for them to get back, and I think there's 3 of them out there. Okay, we got the dam completed in Buda. I would also like the aqueduct if we could grab that at some point, but at the moment, I would like to get the shipyard in here as well. I'd also like to get my hands on more settlers, but that's going to be holding off for a little while. Harbour completed over here in Egger. Let's go ahead and place the campus like we always want, and then we'll get to work on the lighthouse because we want those trade routes. I have room for another trade route, excuse me, I hiccuped there. I have room for another trade route, so let's pop a trader down here in Buda so we can keep getting really, really gross amounts of gold per turn. Attacking Seoul will be a minor defeat for me, but I think it's worth going for. If there's anything I can do to slow her down, I have to try. She's making 250 science per turn. If I can raise a city, it's a huge deal. Now, let's see if I can join Alexander's war. So he'll let me join his war for 1 gold per turn, or 1 gold rather, and that's going to give me a lot less grievances than normal. Still going to give me a lot of grievances, but it'll provide me an opportunity to hit this city with everything that I can. Let's go ahead and place a fishing boat down here in Missalk at long last. The city is looking fantastic in terms of growth and production. Oh my god, she has observation balloons. That's terrifying. So we're going to attack the city again and then heal next turn and just hope that she doesn't like insta-kill my ironclads, or else this attack will have been for naught. This isn't an amazing shipyard, but it would take far too long to build. So I'm just going to work on the campus, because if I can get that campus up, that's extra science, which means I'm closer to actually competing with Korea. Time to purchase myself another trade route. We want to be getting as much gold per turn as humanly possible. Of course, a tornado appears inside my territory to kill my strategic iron reserve. Let's take a moment here to promote these guys. I'm going to be taking the Embalon promotion. The city will recover health in the meantime, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to get another couple of good hits on it. Harbour completed over here in Diosgir. I'm going to purchase that lighthouse and then work on the campus. We will of course be purchasing this shipyard as well, but not before we get ourselves another trader. Again, we want to maximize our gold income from these traders always. We always want to be maximizing the amount of gold we get from these traders, because that is going to snowball us. Making 340 gold per turn. That is what a gold-centric naval game is about. Your embassy is welcome. Thank you very much, Canada. Seoul has recovered a huge chunk of its health, but now it's damaged, so it's going to take even more damage from these ironclads. We're going to keep slamming them in and hope that we can just kill this city off. It's going to be close, because the city is recovering health every turn. And it looks like the tornado ripped through my entire empire, damaging this district that was building the shipyard, which really sucks. All right, so the university is, the library is completed in here. Let's get to work on the university. And the fact that that lighthouse was killed means one of my trade routes is going to be sitting idle for a bit. Go ahead and repair that tile. And we'll improve this fishing tile as well. This city is looking fantastic in terms of growth and all that wonderful stuff that you want from a city. Production is a bit weak, but we can fix that over time. Let's unlock our government for 80 gold, swap out this card, and plug in the professional army card so that we can upgrade these galleys. Wait. Why can't you move? What did you do? I think I messed that up. But they're only going to cost me 180 gold to upgrade, and I can send these caravels maybe over here to assist. If this particular assault on Seoul doesn't work, maybe I can pull these guys back to a place where they can heal and send them over with caravels to make a second attempt. A fishing boat over here in Kosig is very nice. Sweden wants to buy my horses. I will accept that deal. I'm making 4 horses per turn, which is a really good amount. Oh, I'll even take your marble. Hell yes. Thank you very much, America. Okay, there is machinery. Let's crash our units into the city. I don't think this is going to work, unfortunately. I had high hopes, but these just were like 2 ironclads were just not strong enough to take on Korea's cities. Yeah, that's really, really, really unfortunate. It was close, and maybe if I had had this quadrireme, for example, upgraded to a frigate, which I'm going to work on the second I have military engineering, because there's no point getting frigates because you need niters, so I need to get military engineering first. Let's upgrade you to a caravel. Let's take a moment to heal on these guys. We'll make a second attempt. We'll take 13.8 gold from trading with America again, now that that lighthouse is repaired, and we'll swing you back up here to get some repairs going on my territory. Trade with Cincinnati for 17 gold from Miss Sulk. Very nice. And we'll pop down another lumber mill over here in Slevsviksgar, whatever the city is called. And we're working both of the fishing tiles, which are our growth tiles, and then we'll work the other tiles, which are production tiles later on. If I had privateers, I could pillage the hell out of Korea's coastline, and that would be something I would like to do. Now, Mohenjo-Daro just declared war on me, which is a bit unfortunate because I was kind of relying on that growth. Oh god, I didn't mean to walk up to the city. Shit. I was trying to just like move one tile. I accidentally moved all the way up in front of the city. I'm not reloading for that. I would reload for a misclick like that sometimes, but for a single galley, it's not a big deal. Yeah, this just breaks my heart, man, that I was so close to making something happen here, but I'm gonna have to retreat now, and I'm gonna have to retreat and hope that I don't get caught on the retreat by Korea. And of course there's a caravel right here hiding in the fog of war, just as I used the final little piece of my movement. That is so that's soul destroying. Well, let's just take the pillage here and run. Might be able to get another little pillage right there. We've got the quadrireme up. We'll turn that into a thingy soon. Let's get your campus going. We need as many of these campuses online as possible. Repair that mine right there. Looking good. Not really much to do with this builder at the moment. So I might just send them to the mainland to get ready to build lumber mills on these jungle tiles. Same as you don't really have anything left to do here. So go make a jungle lumber mill for me. A jungle mill. And sort of a similar thing over here. Well, I guess this fishing tile would be nice, so I'll hang out there. Now, Estergom, I think it would be worth it to purchase a shipyard in here, but I'm trying to have a look around where it might even be better. Misalk is +6. Sazed is just about to build its own one. Pex over here would be +8. That would be really, really nice. It's already building it, though. Pest already has it. If I got it over here in Diosagir, it would build its campus twice as fast. I think Estergom is the right place to build this right now because I need cities to start being able to produce caravels for me to go kill Korea. Well, I don't need to kill Korea. I just need to slow them down and do damage to them. This poor ironclad, run away. Right, let's go ahead and gain sources so that we can start stealing technology in Chunchin. Mercantilism has just been finished researching. I'm not going to plug in triangular trade. Well, am I actually? It might be a good move to plug in triangular trade. Might be better than the Republican legacy, although I am really relying on these amenities and housing. But I think this faith and gold is really valuable as well right now. So now that we have mercantilism, I think it's time to head towards nationalism because I want to be able to combine my boats together into armadas that'll help me in the war against Korea. You have all of your sort of districts in line. Now, I could make an argument for going for the industrial zone, but I'm in the middle of a war, and that tells me that I need to start building caravels and privateers. That also means that I want to go up into here, into my government, and swap out this card. So it was a bit of a mistake for me to not have done that. Is there a civic? Yeah, I can pick up theology really, really fast to be able to switch that next turn. But we'll get to work on caravels and privateers in these cities. I wonder if my ironclads can heal up inside of New York's territory. I would hope that they can. We'll get ready to pillage this next turn. We'll take the shot from the city. There is military engineering and theology. Let's go ahead and do the thing that we had planned to do. We'll change our government out. Professional army would be very nice, but I think I would much prefer having the, where is it? Press gangs. There it is, press gangs. This will allow me to build units faster in terms of a naval thing. Let's go ahead and pillage that and then back out and look for another pillage. Now that we have press gangs, let's work on nationalism. We have one envoy to spend here. I'm going to send it to nowhere. I'm going to hold on to it for now. I do want to liberate Babylon if I can. That'll be sort of on my mission objective list. Pop a fishing boat over here in Kozig. That means the city can't really grow to any buildable tiles for quite a while. So probably going to send you down now to this area to start improving these jungle lumber mills that I just unlocked. We have another 1,000 gold in the bank. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves another shipyard over here in Misalk this time. This will bring the city up to 20 production per turn, as well as a nice boost to its gold and stuff like that. Looks like there are no units in the area to punish me for this, so I will pillage this. Thank you. Well, there's one encampment that can punish me, but getting that pillage is nice, because if I can hurt Korea, force them to do repairs, then I'm coming out on top in this war. I just need to hurt their science per turn. That's the big deal right now. They're making so much science. It's really terrifying. Okay, this is pretty scary. I'm going to pillage and then run. That is an ironclad. Well, you're dead, I'm afraid. That's unfortunate. But I guess we got the pillage off. Shipyard has been completed in my capital. As much as I would like to build that entertainment district, I need to get to start work on stuff like caravels and privateers. I'm going to start mass producing caravels and privateers and frigates when I have the niter. I do have a little bit of niter. Actually, let me just quickly look for niter inside of my territory. There's only one result for niter in my territory. What about outside of my territory? Is there like niter that I could easily grab? If I could get suzerainty of Mohenjo-Daro again, I would get some niter. And if I could settle this island up here, that might be worth purchasing a settler for, in all honesty. They're only 1,500 to get extra niter, which would mean I'd be able to mass produce frigates. Let's get the libraries up. As much as I want to be building boats in these cities, science is like a critical resource for me for catching up and defeating Korea. So I can't just sacrifice I can't just like not get them. Or I can't suffer the opportunity cost of not getting science when it's available, basically, because it's that important to my win condition. Right, let's pop down a jungle lumber mill here in the capital. We're starting to build up those nice lumber mills. Let's trade with Chicago for that extra nice gold. Your embassy is a welcome addition to the capital. I appreciate that. America. She wants peace. I'm not going to take that peace because I want to at least liberate Babylon and kill Busan, and then maybe see if I can get some damage on her mainland. Lumber mill right here in Sazed as well, making this city even more productive. Amazingly, that ironclad did not try to kill my galley, so I'm going to get him to run away. Diplomacy has been finished. Diplomatic service, rather, so we can build another spy. More importantly, we can plug in the Machiavellian card, which I think is better than Merchant Confederation because I intend to do a lot of spy stealing and all that stuff like that. Let's actually talk to Macedon. Will you establish a resident embassy? Will you declare friendship with me? And will you make a military alliance with me so that we can go to war with Korea together? And that means we're both now stronger against Korea, helping overcome that tech advantage that she has. I'm really sad that I lost an ironclad. That was a big loss. Another jungle mill over here. Excellent. Look at this city now. Up to 23 production per turn. Beautiful. Never mind. I spoke too soon about my galley surviving. Oh, feels bad, man. Yes, I want to add this proposal, and I will be putting as many points into it as possible. If I can get this war turned into an emergency war, that would be far better. In fact, let's go ahead and get peace with you. If I have peace with her, I might not be able to vote for that, actually. So let me not do that. All right, mass producing caravels in my capital. We're going to need a lot of caravels and privateers and all that sort of jazz. Privateers are nice because they are ranged and don't cost strategic resources, and they can also pillage coastal tiles, which means we can do damage to her without having to actually capture her cities. I'm going to send these ironclads, or rather these caravels forward, just kind of speculatively to get an idea of what's going on in the forward area. Alexander was ravaged. I'm going to vote that up once. We'll vote that up once, not down once. And then Korea, I'm going to vote that up as many times as I can to try and get that to pass. Okay, it looks like me, Wilfred, and Wilfred voted for it, which is good. So now Wilfred is in on the war. Excellent. So our goal is to liberate Babylon, which we should be able to do no problem if we can get these frigates. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go over here to Magnus and I'm going to promote him to Black Marketeer. And this will allow me to mass produce frigates in my capital once I have it unlocked next turn. Shipyard completed in PEX. Again, I can't pass up stuff like universities. That's just so critical to my game plan that not building like skipping science buildings is just too much opportunity cost to skip. Over here, I'm going to get myself a shipyard to make the city now really productive. That's +8 production over here in this city. Once the city has finished its lighthouse, I'll do the same sort of thing. Although I might purchase a settler to get this niter up here. Spy has established themselves in Chunshin. Let's go ahead and start stealing tech boosts. Every 6 turns, we'll get a tech boost. It's not the most amazing tech boost steal ever, but it is a good amount of science that'll help us catch up to Korea in the long run. Especially since I've decided that basically my plan is to go for a scientific victory as a secondary if I can't win in a domination with late game domination. So industrialization will be very nice to pick up, mainly just to unlock the coal and get the extra production off of mines, as well as being able to get myself coal power plants and factories to provide production throughout my entire empire. So I'm going to work towards that. It'll also allow me to get ironclads as well as towards seaports and some aircraft and stuff like that, as well as chemistry. It's in line, well, kind of not actually directly in line, but it's in the direction of chemistry, right? Which is giving me research labs, which are late game production building or late game science buildings. Right, Pest has finished building everything that it needs. Harbor, campus. Normally, if I wasn't in a war, I would just start working campus research projects in this kind of a game. But I really need to build units. So I'm going to get to work on privateers and caravels in equal measure. Lighthouse completed up here in Egger. As much as I want to purchase this shipyard, getting this settler out would actually be a pretty big boon if I can get it settled up here on this niter. In the meantime, you're just going to work on your campus. I'll come back to you once I remember to plug a shipyard in here. Scientific theory has advanced. Looks like Wilfred is already in position to actually start liberating Babylon, which would be very nice. Let's get our privateer up. Maybe the privateer can help out a bit and not take too much damage. I could do a coastal raid on the science building, and I will. Any science that I can steal and hurt from her is a big advantage. Now in here, we're going to start mass producing frigates from my capital. We have another caravel heading over. Nationalism will be done soon. Campus is finished in Misalk. Let's get to work on the library and the university. Let's make sure we at least own one of the adjacent tiles to Babylon so that we can have the ability to capture the city on my own terms. And we'll plug in a lumber mill into the capital again. Look at these tiles. It is looking great in here. Pillage this scientific district again. That'll hurt the city's combat strength, which means it'll be easier to take because it won't have as much benefit from districts and stuff like that. I'm going to try to pillage everything in here if I can with these privateers, because I'm just trying to hurt them in the short term as much as possible. Like long term, this will hurt me if I like liberate the city, but that's fine. I don't care. But I just really need to hurt Korea as much as possible in as many ways as possible as soon as possible. Good. Canada is grinding his units into the city. Let's go ahead and pillage that mine as well for the gold. That'll give me enough gold to come up here to Egger and finally get itself a shipyard. It's not the greatest shipyard in the world, but it will improve once this campus is finished. We also almost have enough niter to upgrade this to a frigate. Let's get another privateer and caravel in Sazed. Campus finished in Diozover. We got to work on the library. Lumber mill over here in Pex, a jungle lumber mill to be precise. My cities look incredible right now. I think I've managed to do really well in building up my empire. Now, in a normal game, I would actually be doing pretty well. Like, America is only at 160 something, but because Korea's in the game, this basically forces my hand to like play in a way that I'm not really, you know, the way I would want to in this particular game. Your embassy is welcome. Thank you, Alexander. I appreciate that. Let's also talk to Canada and see if we can't milk him for some gold, because I remember he was purchasing this diplomatic favor for really, really good prices. Now, he's not paying quite as good a premium, but still, 77 gold per turn is still a significant amount at this stage of the game. First frigate is completed, and we can, of course, go ahead and upgrade this to a frigate, but that would mean we wouldn't be able to build another frigate, and it's way more efficient for me to spend my production on building frigates for 4 niter than to upgrade this to a frigate for 20. Now I'm going to start ranged attacking with my privateer on Babylon to help start just chipping away at the city. Trade with Chicago for the 21 gold. I have another trade route available. I will spend my money on that, because trade routes pay themselves off pretty quick in my current situation. Settle on this niter, which is a big deal, as well as giving me the extra nice stuff from this. The extra population, which will allow me to place 2 districts down instantaneously. I'll place one right there, and I'll place the campus right there, which means these are locked in. Even if the city starves and loses population, it's fine. Then I'll probably purchase the granary and the monument in here while we work on the harbour. So Norway is happy that I have a very nice navy. I'm glad that you're happy. I might even go ahead and get a friendship with him, because he's not really a threat to me right now. Korea wants peace. I don't want peace. I want to get this liberation war done. Let's have a look at this aid request. I think the silver is diplomatic favor. I don't care about the diplomatic victory points, so I think I'm okay with just staying the way I am and not participating in that aid request. Working on a university in Miskolc as well. I want that nice science yield. Now I have enough spare niter to upgrade this to a frigate, and I will. Going to trade with Christian Sand for the 17 gold. It's a long trade route, but it'll be valuable. I want to chop here, but I'm going to, like, I would love to put a mine right here, but I'm just going to put the lumber mill on it for the temporary improvement, because that's 2 food for production, and eventually I might put a mine on there. We'll also put a lumber mill over here to give this city a tile that's worth working in terms of productivity. I might even want to buy that fish tile just to guarantee this city a growth tile so that it doesn't starve so quickly. All right, we stole another tech boost, right? Did he fail? Let me have a look. He failed the tech steal, but that's okay because he wasn't detected and we can try again. I've satisfied his agenda, money grubber, because I have an incredible amount of gold per turn. I'm hoping you guys are really enjoying this strategy that I've gone with, the sort of naval gold purchasing strategy. All right, there is industrialization. That is going to be what we spend our next chunk of gold on. Ideally, in an ideal situation, I would have had gold saved to purchase the coal power plant and the factory this turn. It's just not the way things worked out. We did find a new source of coal and we're already harvesting it because the city is settled on that source of coal. Let's have a quick look and see if there's any more coal in the nearby vicinity that I could pick up. I believe Palanque has 3 sources of coal, so that's going to be one of the big guys that we want to get control over. Looks like we only have 1 copy of coal, which is fine because we did get those 2 free coals from the Ironclad promotion from the Great Admiral. Now, steam power would be good to pick up, but I also want flight. Let me think about steam power for a second. +2 movement for embarked units. It would also give me ironclads. I don't care about ironclads. Ironclads aren't as important to me as getting flight, so I'm going to beeline flight now. Is there anything on the way to flight that I want to prioritize? No, I don't see anything super important. I mean, I guess you could make the argument for picking up printing for the diplomatic visibility, and then I'll go for flight into advanced flight. Probably flight into chemistry or something like that. It'll look that kind of a direction. So printing into flight, and this will let me start getting biplanes and stuff like that out. More importantly, I'll be looking for aluminum to get bombers. Okay, we got a frigate in range of Babylon. We'll be able to start bombarding it next turn. Let's go ahead and keep hitting it with this privateer. We'll want to get a few units moving around and a couple moving around to Busan. I'm wondering, would it be safe to send you to go bombard Busan? Yeah, maybe we will get a couple of hits on them. Okay, United States wants to be friends again. I will take that deal. Canada would also like to be friends again. I will renew those relationships. At this stage of the game, I am making so much gold per turn that actually a research alliance with America is far more important than a gold alliance, because this will net me an awful lot more science than the like relative to my current science income than if I had done an economic alliance and then done a gold the amount of gold I would have been getting from the trade routes, right? So like the opportunity, or not the opportunity cost, but the relative value of the science right now is far higher than the relative value of the gold. I'll send you a resident embassy and I will just get myself a regular old economic alliance with Wilfrid Laurier. I'm also going to go ahead and talk to Norway and see if he maybe wants a friendship and a resident embassy and an alliance, maybe a cultural alliance. I just want alliances to get extra diplomatic favor because that's going to work in my favor. Resident embassy with Sweden and declare a friendship. We'll also pick up a religious alliance with her. Religious alliance doesn't matter much. It's more we're just looking for the diplomatic favor and the high boost to our relations. All right, everything is in place to start bombarding Babylon. Let's step back with a couple of these units. Bring up the privateers. We'll hit you there. You're in position to start hitting Busan. You'll probably take a hit, but that's okay. Another frigate finished in Buda, still saving up for the factory and the coal power plant. Let's get to work on another frigate in here. University completed in Pex. Let's start making more naval units, caravels, privateers, all that jazz. I am probably going to want a couple of units, although actually almost all of Korea's cities, in fact, all of Korea's cities are coastal. This is like the perfect situation for me to take down a science leader on this particular map. So that means I could just focus primarily on getting caravels and privateers alongside frigates to take her out. I am, however, on a bit of a time limit because eventually her cities is going to get too strong for the units that I'm throwing at them. Another fishing boat over here in Tatabanya, which is going to mean that this city is growing nicely. I would like to maybe purchase this fish tile as well to get that online, and then this city will be looking really great. All right, the Maori are denouncing me because they're upset at me for some reason, but that's fine. She wants peace. I will not take your peace. Thank you. Let's step this frigate inside so I can get this second frigate up here to start bombarding Busan. It might be a good idea to grab a couple of these caravels to head out this way as well. I'm bringing a couple because I want to combine them. And this privateer is going to swing out here to combine with this privateer after this city falls. Let's go ahead and start shooting Babylon. Can we get the kill this turn? Oh no, I'm not going to get the kill. That is disappointing. I really hope that Wilfrid liberates that city. I would have likened it to have been me who does it. But getting the +1 gold per turn for each of my envoys is going to be a big deal in terms of gold income. Okay, so Kolosovar is ready for a lighthouse and a thing, but Tatybiania, I never built the Granarian monument, so I'm going to purchase those in here to get this city just looking a little bit more productive and in general just better. Put down another fishing boat here to make the city even better. Then I'll come over to Kolosovar and purchase that lighthouse, which will give the city so much more food that it'll keep growing nicely. Next, I'll be purchasing this shipyard to give it an actual production line so they can get to work on a campus. Speaking of the campus, we will place that campus now. Could have built a Petra in here, but it would have been a bit of a weird and not so useful Petra. But we've been going for about an hour now. I'm going to call that the end of the episode. Well, you know what? I tell you what, it would be a bit of a cock tease, to use the turn of a phrase there. It would be a bit of a tease if I didn't let you see Babylon get taken by Wilfrid Laurier. So I will, at the very least, let you see that. Yes, I will take your chocolate for some iron. Thank you very much for that trade deal. Babylon shall fall. Hopefully be liberated. And Babylon is liberated. That means the city-state emergency is completed. And we get the nice era score as well. Oh, sorry, no, that's industrial era culture. Sorry. It's a different thing entirely. Nationalism, excellent. Members win. You earned member rewards, so I get +1 gold per turn from my envoys and 100 diplomatic favor. Very, very nice. And now we can get to work on stuff like Busan. I can also get these guys combining together into caravel armies. Let's take a shot with this frigate and then combine these two frigates together, get this privateer to here, take a shot with this privateer, and then combine these units together as well. I want to just get as many of my units combined together for 2 reasons. 1, so I have less units to micromanage. 2, so my units are more powerful. And 3, so that, my brain doesn't overmelt from moving 1 billion units. I don't remember how many reasons I had. I don't remember how many reasons I said, but I definitely messed that up. And now I want to kind of rush mobilization. I kind of want to rush mobilization to do that again and get armadas out. But yeah, that's it. Babylon is liberated, and so we're building up a navy to go take on Korea. Korea doesn't have any walls in her capital provinces, so we should be able to swing in, maybe kill Seoul, maybe kill Yangsan, come around to Jinju, and then swing all the way around, take out a couple of these cities down here, for example, maybe even liberate some of them, get the whole ball rolling, and hopefully prevent Korea from running away with a science victory, because right now, she is probably close to spaceports. Like, if I'm close to spaceports, she's close to spaceports, because she's making nearly 300 science per turn. So that's actually, if you're having trouble with Korea in a game, just remember to build a huge army and kill her. Like, that's the default advice that I would give. But I'm going to call that the end of the episode. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!